I'm Ginny, early childhood educator. I'm going to run video and audio workshop with you guys regarding extreme challenging behaviors. It will be running with the prep-team presentation and learning experiences will be following with the scenario role play regarding parent meeting. Let's get started.
Before we get started, can you guys guess why this presentation is designed as iceberg? Yes, behaviors that children display have a lot of messages. In other words, we can't define children only with their behaviors and we need to interpret their messages behind. What is challenging behavior? According to scope, challenging behaviors are called behaviors of concern. Regarding behaviors, it is a kind of behavior that may harm themselves, things, or other people. Let's do a quick quiz. Do you guys think it is a disease? Answer is no. It is uncommon behavior, but not a disease. This is the behavior which is the problem. It means that the person is not a problem. For example, children display challenging behaviors, but it doesn't mean the child is sick or needs medical care. Behaviors are different communication. So, as an early childhood teacher, we have to interpret what the child is trying to talk. Now, let's look at different kinds of behaviors that we consider extreme challenging behaviors. Children may hurt themselves or other people. For example, they hurt, hit, or scratch seriously other people or themselves. They break things and it may cause serious injury. Also, they display unusual behaviors, which is refusing to routines that they used to do. Some children display repetitive behaviors. For example, say same thing again and again, or bang their heads on the wall again and again. Some children avoid meeting other people, so refusing socialization. However, some people display these behaviors at some times, so we shouldn't be labeling children having challenging behaviors only because a child displays once. Then, why does it happen? Each behavior must have a reason. It can be physical reason or different ways of communication. Sometimes children display challenging behaviors because of unexpected environments. Also, if children have mental illness, such as depression, bipolar disorder, they express their feelings through behaviors. Then, why should we know? Does it affect children's development and learning? The answer is yes. It causes negative learning outcomes, social isolation, limited community experiences, etc. In the future, children may struggle with a number of issues. For example, dropping schools, poor academic achievement, poor relationship, and anxiety disorder. Let's move on to the solutions that we can use for children. First and foremost, we need to create an inclusive learning environment. Today, I will introduce the three approaches regarding inclusive settings: social model, strengths-based approach, and family-based approach. Social model means that environment should be designed to cater all diverse children. It highlights that problem is environment and society, not people experiencing disability. Strengths-based approach guides educators to focus on which skills children can extend rather than weaknesses. Lastly, family-based approach encourages educators to have a partnership with families. What can we do with physical environment to support children? We can design and create environments where they do not need to display behaviors of concern. For example, creating quiet area, eliminating dangerous objects, managing noise levels through group time, and providing same routine every day. Children who struggle with challenging behaviors tend to feel safe in the environment where they can expand what happened next. So they need same routine. Also, supporting materials can be used, such as video calls, send timers, or recording sheets. Ongoing learning is also important because many problems may be created because of a lack of understanding. Educators can be engaged in workshop, staff meeting, or further study as a team. They can practice critical reflection regularly. Nam said there's no such a thing as naughty regarding challenging behaviors. He did a TED lecture, so if you are interested, you can click this video to watch it. Finally, we moved on to the learning experiences that we can implement in order to support all diverse children. Today, I will introduce 3 learning experiences and they will help children to foster self-regulation, self-discipline, and inclusive practices by interacting with environment. First one is puppet show. It helps children to foster social emotional development as well as communication skills. Let's have a look at the power of puppet.
Mother duck said quack, 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 quack. Playing with puppets is great for children. It's a really wonderful chance for them to explore pretending to be characters. It's a great way for them to express themselves, to start to understand who they are, and perhaps even talk about how they're feeling or how, what they think of the world through a puppet. And a lot of children who might be a little bit shy, you'll find are able to talk and play quite animatedly through a puppet. But it's also about if they are manipulating the puppet, there's actually a lot of fine motor skills and a lot of connection between understanding how the character speaks and even moving their hand in time with the words. That's something that they're practicing, which can be quite a complex thing to learn. When we're playing with language and stories and we're playing with characters, children are learning about the very complex world of relationships, of families, of people, how they relate to each other. There's this wisdom that's passed on through stories, and puppets are part of that, wisdom of stories. We're learning about language, we're building our vocabulary, we're making connections between cause and effect in stories. We're learning the cultural arc of stories, beginning, middle and end, and entertaining and interacting with other people, all sorts of elements connected to their development.
Yes, so puppet show doesn't have to be running only by educators. Children can engage into it, which helps their learning a lot. Another one is safe and unsafe group time. They can learn different behaviors with video calls and then have a practice by putting video call on the right section. This picture is about this learning experience in my center, which I have got the permission to use this photo. Children learn a lot through this practice as they sort out safe and unsafe behaviors. Last one is social stories. This was actually developed for children who experience ASD to learn strategies in different situations. However, other children can learn as well from social stories. They can learn different problem solving, language, self regulation, social behaviors, and resiliency. Let's have a look at the story about the emotion frustration.
Frustration, a social story. Sometimes I feel frustrated. When I am frustrated, I can ask my teacher if I can take a break. Can I take a break? Yes. When I take a break, I can breathe, I can write about it, I can draw about it, or just rest. When I am frustrated, I can ask my teacher if I can take a walk. Can I take a walk? Yes. When I am frustrated, I can ask my teacher if I can get a drink of water. Can I get a drink of water? Yes. When I am frustrated, I can take 5 deep breaths. I feel better now. Frustration, a social story.
Now, let's move on to the scenario that I prepared for you guys. This is not a real story, but the story of Ellie who displays challenging behavior. Ellie, who is 4 years old, started displaying challenging behaviors. She used to be bubbly even though she can't speak English well. However, she stopped talking these days and displays biting behavior to other peers. Sometimes she is aggressive during play, so she smashes and throws toys. Let's have a look at video how the parent meeting worked out.
Hello, good to see you at today's meeting.
Hi, how are you?
Good, very good. Thank you. I'm always happy with Ellie.
Oh, good.
How's you guys settling going in Australia?
Actually, we moved in Australia last month. So, we can't speak English, and then her mom is working now. So, she has no time to play with Ellie. So, sorry for my bad English.
No problem at all. It must be so hard for Ellie.
I signed a lot of documents for fighting the Ellie's friend. So, she may be so stressful. And today meeting for that issue.
Well, first of all, I really want to say she's having good time with us. But yes, as you sign on some incident report, there were some biting issues happen, and I can see she displays not verbally enough as she used to be.
I feel very sorry because Ellie's mom is so busy today, and then Ellie play alone at home, and Ellie and her mom actually can't speak English at all, so they may be stressed out. So is she sad here?
No. We have given emotional support as much as we can, but I'm now trying to figure out what we can do more for Ellie by working with you.
Oh, thank you so much.
No problem. And I'm actually thinking of having Korean learning project with you, so Ellie can feel the sense of belonging. What do you think?
Oh, that's a good idea, but try teaching?
Well, it doesn't have to be teaching, but if you can share your culture with our children and educator, it would be so great. And at the moment, we don't have Korean stuff, so I'm actually thinking of having workshop for supporting Ellie.
Oh, sounds great, but I don't know what to do because English is my second language, so Ellie may be more shy.
Well, I can share my resources with you, or if you explain your culture to us first, then we can work out together.
Oh, that's good.
Also, if you want, she can use her language in our center.
Oh, but Ellie's mom wants learning English.
Oh, yes, I understand that point. But I think when she is settled in the new environment, she can achieve positive learning outcomes, especially about learning English. So actually, some parents, they want their children to keep their own language because anyway, They will learn English in daily life outside of the center and as well as big schools.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Mm.
So, thank you for good advice.
No problem.
Yeah.
And our online platform is open 24/7. So you can contact or send a message through anytime you want. Also, when you go out, I'll give you the brochure having all the detail about supportive agencies. I think it will help Ellie's mom to reduce her stress.
Thank you so much. That's very useful again. Thank you today.
No problem. Bye.
As you can see, the educator focused on the environment around the child and tried to support the child with her family instead of focusing on challenging behaviors. This is a good example of how to use family-focused approach with social model. This is the end of presentation, and I hope you guys enjoyed a lot. This is the references. If you need more information, you can go into it. If you have any questions, you can email to me or leave comments on the bottom. Thank you so much.